All right, you guys, it's time to talk about your health. A lot of people think that this time of year is full of a lot of holiday cheer, but for some, it can be really tough on our mental health. Joining me right now as our go-to expert on all things psychology, of course, is Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Natalie.
So let's talk about this contrast. A lot of people feeling really down around the holidays. Why is that?
I mean, I think there can be an expectation of cheer, yet you may have already been dealing with mental health issues coming into the holidays, and then also the holidays in and of themselves can be triggering of mental health issues.
So why do we get anxiety? Maybe if we don't have it during the year, but then this time of year comes around and we are filled with anxious thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, the anxieties can have a lot of potential anxiety-provoking moments or events. I think some of the most common are that, you've lost a loved one. You can be grieving that over the time and missing them. I think another one is dealing with family conflict and having to deal with family conflict reemerging or kind of coming from the experiences themselves. And I think another one is expectations around what the holidays should look like. And if they don't look like that for you, sort of feeling a sense of sadness and grief and anxiety.
Now, do you think that gender plays a role in this? Because some experts say that women feel a little more stressed than men around this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think because of gender roles and the way they are cultured in our society, women have a lot of expectations around relational well-being and making sure people are invited and they're doing well and that they're enjoying themselves. And also, too, they're involved in a lot of the preparations for these events. And no one's really looking in on them and seeing how they are doing and what's going on for them. It's just the expectation that they do these things and execute them.
Yeah, and as you talked about before, you can kind of skate through the year without having to come up with a lot of these things, especially when it comes with family or losing loved ones. Do you have any tips for handling this stress and this anxiety around this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, if you have a therapist, this is not a time to take a vacation from your therapy. Stay consistent to your schedule. I think if you don't have one, it may be time to look for one. I think it's also a really important time to set boundaries and find time for rest and relaxation and really think about what you need and making sure that you're getting those things met.
Yeah, and if you're someone who around this time starts to realize there's a little more anxiety, what are some of the things that you should just absolutely avoid?
I mean, you want to avoid numbing activities, so things like overspending, overeating, overdrinking. You want to think about, are there certain events or certain people that are not good for you at this time, that are toxic to you at this time, and avoid them and set boundaries with them. I think you really want to think about what you need and make sure that you are executing on what you need and making sure that even if there's a lot of guilt and other things around sort of not meeting other people's needs, that you are meeting your own needs.
Yeah, prioritize yourself. Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin, thanks again for some solid advice and a very happy Thanksgiving to you.
To you too.